one of my favorite things that you've ever said to me as my friend is we were having a conversation about racism in hip hop. And you said, just by the nature of me being a white rapper, I'm going to have racist fans.
Yeah.
And you shared with me, not specific details, but situations where you might be talking to somebody backstage and they'd be like, I don't like Kweli. I feel like he's racist to white people. And you will kick him out the backstage.
Yeah. Well, that did happen. I forgot what country it was in. It was some stupid. It was like a couple. I forgot what country. Did I tell you what country it was? Was it Belgium or France or something? It was somewhere, and they were like, Talib Kweli, he's a racist. I don't like him. He doesn't like the white. I'm like, you don't know the motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my backstage.
Right.
So yeah, that did happen. I didn't even know I told you that.
Well, I appreciate because what you did was you did what black people who attempt to combat racism ask white allies to do. Mm-hmm. You combated racism even when I wasn't there, even when there wasn't a black person there to show off to. Like, it's like you're combating racism just on your own. And it's like, you use the term white boy in your music a lot. You're cognizant of you being a white person in hip hop, of you being a white person in this space. Your love for hip hop is unmatched. Like the way that you curate the culture and the way that you're like, yo, I really fuck with this culture. I feel like you go above and beyond even what the culture asks you to do. But you are an example of how the term white boy is a term of endearment in our communities. Like if you call somebody a white boy, play that funky music white boy or white boy Rick, like that's just a white boy who black people fuck with. Yeah. But in this era of where hip hop is outside of the communities we grew up in, you have a lot of white people who didn't grow up in black communities who love hip hop, and they see white boy as like a racist term. So can you explain why
that's
you
the
think
new era where everybody's looking for something. My favorite one was when you said cracker on a fucking song of mine on Unlearned Truth, and like, well, he said cracker, doesn't that mean N-word? No, it doesn't, you fucking idiot. You know, no, it doesn't. It's a fucking, you know, so but they want to look for that. They want to, it's a new era where it's like, they want to, there's this whole thing like, oh, they're preaching that white people aren't as good as black people in schools. You know, we have to ban, you know, these books, CRT, and you know, it's this whole fucking new world. And like, we live in a world where the term white boy can be fucking offensive. You know what's funny? We was writing a script and no, I wasn't even part of the script, but Hen and Lotta had called me and said, what's an offensive term for a white person?
Racist.
Equal to N-word, like, or worse, or you know, equal. And I said,
there is none.
They act
cracker?
Like
no, there's not a fucking offensive word that you could say. White boy's not, you know, oh my God, you know, so I was trying.
Like Louis C.K., he said, oh, you cracker, oh, you reminded me of when I owned slaves. You can't offend me with that word.
But cracker is not a nice word, though.
Yeah, but no, nice. Compare it to...
We weren't allowed to say cracker growing up.
Your parents did not allow.
My parents we didn't say nigger or cracker.
That's why I said it on your record. Yeah. I was rebelling against my parents.
Oh, yeah.
No, but he's absolutely right. It's that, it's not nice. It's not polite.
Yeah, but
it's not the same as saying a nigga.
No, there's no history behind it.
Yeah, exactly. There's no history behind it. So what does it equate? If you say it, there's no imagery, there's no history coming up. You're not like, oh, I'm so hurt by it. And people, it's not a regular term that's used by hateful a society that you live in, you know. It's not like, oh, you're a cracker. Oh my God, you know, come on, stop it.
Right.
What we done started. Look at what we done started. This the people party. When opportunity knocking, then young nigga move that door. Whoa, get your foot stuck in it, call me young, go get it. They can't fuck with it, might as well roll with it. What's the word?